Welcome back to round 2 of the Australian Fishing Championships from Nambucca Heads in northern New South Wales. Very serene and peaceful. Not much feeding being done by our feathered friends and not many bream being caught by our pros at the moment. Steve, when things are quiet, these boats enable them, though, to really get on the move.
And if it was an ABT event and I saw this many boats moving up and down the river, I'd be thinking the fishing is pretty tough.
There's Duff gone past, he's only got 1 as well, so makes me feel a bit better, but I want to get 5.
Well, these boats are travelling at speed, and a man who knows all about that is Daryl Beattie. He went for a ride with Dizzy Borg.
I guess, Dizzy, a lot of people look at these boats and they think, oh wow, it just looks like a high-performance ski boat and not a fishing boat.
That's right, there's a lot of electronics on board, we've got a lot of gear, we've got live wells, we've got lots of batteries to run everything, and people don't realise how much weight's in some of these boats on the water. A lot of these boats are well over a tonne on the water, which means we need a bit of power on the back to get them up and going.
You run the Mercury outboard power plant and it's fantastic. There's long hours between servicing with these engines, and it's quick from the boat ramp to your fishing grounds and more time with the lure in the water.
Yeah, these modern motors, they don't let you down like the old 2-strokes used to be when we were kids. They are quite good nowadays. You just put them in, go, and then every so often take them in for a service.
The Hummingbird's fantastic technology now as well. You get a 3D image of the bottom of the seabed, and it also can do it in colour as well.
I can't fish without a sounder. I religiously need to know what's going on underneath me. And with these new Hummingbirds and with their side vision, you can even see what's going on a couple of 100 feet away to the side of the boat.
In the racks around here, it's amazing how you guys use the motor guide electric engines in the tight areas and the wind's blowing. With this package, you've got a pretty awesome fishing vessel.
Yeah, those electric motors, they allow us to go to places that you wouldn't normally get into, hold the boat steady, make a good cast. In actual fact, it's the electric motor that makes us look so good when we're casting, because without it, you would never get in there.
Well, Dizzy, there's never a bad day in the water, so this has been great.
Let's go.
He's just a bit quick for us.
Back to Tim Morgan, who incredibly, since we saw him last, has caught 11 non-legal fish.
Yep, there's a fish. So, with any luck, it'll be legal, that fella, so put him on the ruler. If I was a betting man, I'd say 24.5.
It will need to measure 25 centimetres to the fork of the tail.
24.5. I won't. So, I got one 24.5 this morning, then I got a big one, so hopefully we can do it again now.
Tim is still upbeat about his prospects, but unfortunately the fish are still too small.
Starlo, we've got an interesting situation here. We've got Scotty Towner and Darren Dizzy Borg just about fishing on top of each other.
Look, I think all their game plans have gone out the window in what is shaping up as the toughest ever bream round in AFC history. The guys are what we call running and gunning. They're doing a lot of travelling and a little bit of casting, trying to find that magic spot, and it is just not happening for them today. Only a couple of fish that we know of so far in live wells. I think we are going to see a really interesting last couple of hours of this particular round.
I know how you felt yesterday, Dizzy.
Hey, I got nothing.
You're not the only one.
Very interesting. Mr. Towner's the same boat as me. He hasn't got a fish and I haven't got a fish. And I'd say with the other boys coming down the front, they probably aren't doing very good either. Could be that day that if you can just have that one lucky cast, it might be good enough to do something with.
He said he's got none either. I don't know if he's just pulling me leg, so I'll take off, but sort of says to me, yeah, he's the master in this sort of stuff. There's clean, flowing water. If he can't catch them, no one can. So what I might do is head back up, just keep on hitting racks and just hope for the best.
3.5 hours in, Steve, it's becoming a real mind game.
The anglers have the decision at the moment. Do they keep fishing for the numbers and hoping for illegal fish, or do they look for that magic spot?
What we got through here, we've got a sandy bottom, and then we've got a weed bed system. And there's all these little patches of weed growing up. Between those patches of weed that drops down probably a foot. So the fish sit in on those edges and wait for some feed to come swimming past, and next thing, good night, Irene.
It sounds like a plan, and it's into action because he is on.
And Steve looks like he is definitely playing the numbers game, fishing these shallow, clear water flats at the mouth of the river. He is ploughing through these small fish, trying to find one to squeak over that limit.
Another little one. I think that's all that's playing with us.
That is the story of the day so far. Now, Dizzy Borg from Team Mercury, can you believe that after 4 hours, still absolutely zip in the live well?
And Dizzy looks like he is playing all of his chips down the mouth of the river.
It's a fish. I don't know how big it is though. But it's a fish. Oh, might be a legal brim, this one.
Some real body language here from Dizzy. Steve, he's nervous, he appears excited.
That's right, and let's put ourselves in Dizzy's shoes. Dizzy's talked to Scott Towner and Scott had 0 out of 5. He's seen the other 2 boats running up and down the river, struggling in his mind. Dizzy thinks this may be the only legal fish caught in the tournament to date.
And as we've seen over the years on AFC, the most dangerous time to lose the fish is just before you land it in the net.
Oh, we have to put him on the stick. It's going to be a measurer.
It will need to measure 25 centimetres to the fork of the tail.
And that's different from when we're social fishing. When we're out on a Sunday catching our bream, they can be 25 centimetres to the tip of the tail and still be legal. We have higher standards for our tournament anglers, which means that they have to catch fish that are slightly over the normal legal size.
There he is, about 25 1/4. So, we got one in the well, finally! Woohoo! Look out!
At last for Team Mercury, Dizzy Borg is on the board. Now back up the river, Steve Duff from Team Club Marine, he's searching for his second keeper.
There we go. That's a keeper. Oh no! Bit of rod rage for you, but pulled the damn hooks. That's 2 fish today that have pulled hooks, so that's really going to hurt later, especially as tough as it is.
Steve Duff knows exactly how much that is going to hurt because on a tough tournament like this, every single hookup counts.
That's Scotty Towner on the move once again. Boy, is he covering some territory on the Nambucca River. But Steve Duff, not to be outdone, back in the same spot.
There we go. He's got me wrapped in here somewhere. As long as everything holds up, we'll be okay. Just turn his head, get him in, and there we go, number 2. Number 2. That makes me feel a hell of a lot better.
We'll take another break. When we return on AFC Outdoors, Dizzy gets busy and Towner is still on a downer.